With so few atoms in here, Ivan can engineer things like his dots, very purely and at the size he wants. So, just what does he do with this thing?
How can I explain? Ivan! What, you want me to spray paint? Ah, right. Here, go get some beauty rest. Basically, here's the idea. Ivan needs to control where he puts the material. So just like when you want to paint the wall and not the floor, he needs to mask. Hence, the masking tape. To make a mask, he first makes a layer of something he wants the dots to stick to. Say it's this surface here. Then, he puts the mask on it. I've punched holes in this tape to look like the mask. Where the holes are will be the dots. Then, he covers the whole thing in layers of iron, or whatever he wants to use, that are only a few atoms thick. I'm going to go do this part outside. He does all this in the chamber. Then the mask is removed. Leaving the dots behind. Of course, while what Ivan does is fundamentally the same process, it's a lot smaller. It's also a lot more complicated. Obviously, he can't use masking tape. So he and others have a few tricks up their sleeves. For one thing, they use the same process for making pots and pans. I'm not kidding. Ivan and his pals force aluminum to react with oxygen, creating a thin layer of alumina. And if you look really closely at the anodizing, you can see what it looks like. You can see a kind of orderly arrangement of holes. Someone figured out that by changing the conditions during the process, you can control the pattern left behind. A little electricity, a little time, you get stripes. A little more time, more electricity, you get nice pinstripes, don't you think? Change it again, you can get nice regular dot patterns, or you can space them out differently. Look familiar? But what causes these patterns? What's happening with atoms and molecules to form these holes? Another way to make a mask uses a pretty standard material. You're probably more familiar with it here, here, or even here. It's the same material that's in plexiglass and lucite, but Ivan and his friends use it a little differently. Whoops. Come on, I'll show you. They can make holes in it with an electron ray gun. No kidding. The electron ray literally changes the structure of the molecules so that they can be disintegrated later. Or, when mixed up and handled just right, the molecules will arrange themselves in a film that has a regular pattern of holes in it. Here's a piece of it. Polymethylmethacrylate. It doesn't look like much, does it? Sure won't be stopping any hockey pucks. But if we look at the same material close up, I mean really, really close up,